So Avatar News is reporting today that we're not getting one, not two, not three, but 4 new Avatar The Last Airbender games. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to the Geek Talk. My name is Antoine and I like to talk about Avatar and other geeky stuff, but lately it's been very Avatar exclusive on this channel. And today we have a huge piece of news, something that I have been waiting for years, and that is more Avatar games. Now, we have had Avatar games in the past. Most notably on this channel, I play the Legend of Korra PS4 game when it first came out in 2014, 15, something like that, and I have since been playing it, but I have always wanted a new game, and more so than that because all the games we've gotten for Avatar so far has just been appearances. Like we've seen Aang and Zuko and Korra in the Smite video game. We saw them appear in the Nick All-Star Brawl game, but we haven't had a dedicated game since that Legend of Korra game. But even with that game, it was a very small game that was meant to be played within 2 to 3 hours. It wasn't a big, 40-hour plus video game, a 40-hour plus RPG, which is what we are getting. So here is what Avatar News is reporting. It's happening, exclusive, an Avatar Aang era console RPG and a World of Avatar MMORPG are in development. Now, an MMO, I know a lot of people have been looking forward to because this world is so ready for an MMO like World of Warcraft or the Star Wars Galaxies or the Old Republic or any of those MMOs that you see out there. You already have all the factions set up. We're now getting the role-playing game, which probably can factor into the MMORPG just a little bit. So that is extremely exciting. But for me, what really gets me jazzed is that we're getting an Avatar Aang era console RPG. We're gonna have an actual role-playing game, and it's going to be nuts. So let's continue on with the story. An ATLA console RPG and an Avatar MMORPG are in development at an undisclosed game studios in collaboration with Paramount's Avatar Studios. Not just that, but these are just 2 games of at least 4 in development, including a Square Enix mobile game announced last year, which I'm not really all that excited about. I don't really care for mobile games. I feel like they're mostly always throwaway games. The only one that I play currently is Hearthstone, but that's a card-based game, and I think that works a little bit better. Now, if it was like a card-based Avatar game, I'd be like down for that. But if it's like just like a mobile whatever, I'm probably not gonna be into it. But I mean, hey, that at least we have that out there for those people who do want that. Okay, so let's continue with the story. So we have that mobile game from Square Enix and at least one other game, and at least one of all of these games will feature the original ATLA characters recast with new Asian and indigenous voice actors, voice matches of the originals. So that's cool. I'm not one of those people who get really hot and bothered about voice actors taking on roles that are outside of their own racial identity or racial background, especially for voice acting in particular. So these games have been in development in secret for a pretty long time now, and they're coming much sooner as you think. At least that's what Avatar News says on their IG post. I'm guessing this could be where the ATLA characters should show up, since based on the information that they have, voice casting took place at about the right time in development, but again, it could be any of the video games. For the MMORPG, they don't know what platform it'll be on or if it'll be related to the console game. More likely, it's probably going to be a PC game, maybe possibly console, but usually MMORPGs are PC-based, but I mean, though, we definitely have some that are on console as well, especially nowadays. So it's likely that that's going to be on all platforms. And then one last thing that Avatar News gives us, they say that they can more or less confirm that the reason there was no Avatar Studios movie show info at the Paramount event, which is a big thing that you guys know I talked about just a few days ago, and I was very disappointed that we got absolutely nothing. And the reason might be it's just too early. Because they have all of this stuff in development, it's going to take a while for it to all build up, and they want to release it, I'm sure, all around the same time so that, they all can funnel into each other. And I'm sure what's keeping everything held back at this point is the movie, because I think their plan is that they want the movie to come out first as like the flagship, as the vanguard for all this new content. Now we're going to get video games, we're going to get novels, of course we're going to continue getting the comics. So this is all extremely exciting. It definitely flipped me around on being kind of worried and disappointed, and now being extremely excited for what's to come in the future of Avatar. This is exactly what I wanted for the future of Avatar. I wanted to see new movies, I wanted to see a new series, I wanted to get more comics, I wanted new novels, and most of all, probably, and I always thought this is more of like a pipe dream, more video games. Now, this video might be getting a little bit longer than I was originally intending, but I want to take this moment to just talk about what I would want to see from an Avatar video game, and I want to take it from two examples of two games that came out recently that I think did it very well. First would be Ghost of Tsushima. Most of you guys already know this, that when I played that game last year, I was like, dude, if they made Avatar into this where you could go to like camps and like liberate people, especially if we're doing this in the era of Aang, maybe we could do it. Maybe not necessarily the 100-Year War, because that's covered pretty well within the confines of the show. But yeah, if there was some sort of conflict that's going on, maybe in Republic City, you can liberate factions. Maybe it would be like a Grand Theft Auto type situation where it's all taking place within the newfound Republic City and kind of like maybe the gangs that are popping up there. And in terms of the fighting system, I would love to see something implemented from Sifu, which recently came out, a very, very good martial arts game that had really intricate fighting styles and how it was important to use different styles against certain opponents, which, you know, perfectly suits the idea of the elemental bending, where you have the avatar switching between earth, air, water, and fire to take on different kinds of enemy types. There's just so much you can do. And I'm really glad that they are taking their time to do all this and to do everything right. This is extremely exciting. I want to hear from you guys, though, in the comments below. What do you want to see from an Avatar Studios-led AAA video game? Would you want to see it like in a Ghost of Tsushima type thing, maybe a Sifu thing, like I was saying before with like the Grand Theft Auto? Obviously not the crime with Grand Theft Auto, but you know, like maybe you're like a police officer, maybe you're playing as Aang, or maybe you're playing as Toph developing. Oh my God, you could be like Toph developing the metal benders and the police force that is there, and you could play as Toph going around like busting people. I don't know, like there's so many things you can do with the video game. But again, I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. Let me know. I'll check you guys on the next one, and as always, peace, love, and remember, be water, my friends.